Welcome to Some Topic, the podcast where two dangerously underqualified individuals tackle an ever-changing buffet of subjects we have no business discussing. From global politics to ghost squirrels, nothing is off limits, and nothing is properly researched. We are your hosts, two voices with microphones, a Wi-Fi connection, and just enough confidence to sound like we know what we're talking about. Spoiler, we don't. But that's never stopped anyone with a podcast before, and we refuse to be the first. Every week, we plunge headfirst into topics both serious and stupid, usually at the same time, armed only with sarcasm, caffeine, and a dangerous overestimation of our own coherence. Whether it's philosophy, politics, pop culture, or paranormal rodents, we approach each subject like two raccoons who broke into the Library of Alexandria, knocked over a torch, and now insist the fire was enlightenment. Our findings? Improvised. Our sources? Suspect. Our method? Whatever we yanked from our asses while marching proudly up the hill of stupidity, ready to fall honorably in the fog of ego, ontological confusion, and the blood-slick ruins of abandoned discourse. It's too late to turn back now. Your descent has begun. And we, your casually deranged hosts, will guide you in style straight through the crumbling ruins of reason. Listener discretion is enthusiastically advised. This podcast contains strong language, stronger delusions, and a persistent disregard for intellectual safety. If you're easily offended, chronically literal, or spiritually fragile, please relax your chakras, unclench whatever needs unclenching, and consider yelling at a tree instead. This is not journalism. This is not education. This is comedy. This is play. This is Some Topic.
Where brain cells go to die, your colon and sphincter go to get irreversibly replaced and inseminated by...
And inseminated?
Yes.
So your original's replaced so it can be inseminated outside of your body. Got it.
Yes, because it's gay any other way.
Right.
This is Some Topic.
Seems like quite a stretch from the whole, as long as the balls don't touch, as long as the socks are on, as long as you don't push back, as long as there's no eye contact, it's not gay.
I mean, you got to think about it.
So now we went to remove your own sphincter and it's not gay.
Well, yes.
Well, yeah, because it's not attached to you anymore.
Correct.
But
it's not gay. You're in agonizing pain for probably the rest of your life, and you've got to have a shit bag on your hip. But, hey, I'm no doctor. It's probably possible to do all this.
And welcome one and welcome all back to Some Topic.
And that topic
Today's topic is, and I quote,
oh boy,
history is mostly about logistics, end quote.
Really?
Well, we tell history like it's heroes and speeches and last stands. But if you zoom out far enough, history is mostly about logistics. Who ate, who didn't eat, who could move things, who couldn't, who had weapons, who didn't. Bravery makes good for stories, but logistics wins wars.
Did you ever play Assassin's Creed 3? I already know the answer.
I've probably played most, if not all of them now, yes.
No, you haven't played all of them.
Well, not the Asian one, not the newest one, because I'm trying to get through Ragnarok.
Well, correct. Don't play that one because I'm going to play it first.
Sure,
anyway.
But I'll beat it before you anyways.
That's fine. Just don't ruin it.
It's called easy mode. Blast through the story so you know the story, then go back and play it again.
Oof. Actually, I think you can be a ninja or a samurai in that.
Yeah, I'll worry about that when I get there.
I don't know what I'd want to be.
I'm just having too much fun clearing the map of useless shit in Ragnarok.
Yeah, it's fun. Anyway, in Assassin's Creed 3, it's the American Revolution. So, over the winter storm that we had a few weeks back, I sat down with my family and I watched the U.S. Patriot.
Oh. You mean The Patriot?
Well,
Mel Gibson?
Yes.
Yeah, it's just The Patriot.
I know what I said.
You said the U.S. Patriot.
We have listeners all over. They got to know what we're talking about.
No, but the movie itself is just called The Patriot.
Sure.
Starring Mel Gibson.
You've said that twice now. I don't think it's changed.
Well, again, also, remember what the Romans said about artists and actors.
I don't know what they said.
Oh, well, Mel Gibson's a complete fucking cuck and a retard.
Is he?
but he's a really fucking good actor.
I didn't know he was a cook and a...
Yeah, like in
How?
real life, he is such. That's getting into politics. Don't worry about it.
Oh, you know what? The other
He's-
day,
Yeah.
I was chatting about Mel Gibson. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but it also sucks because he did so good on like massive movies like Passion of the Christ and like fucking The Patriot and all these other movies.
Passion
where,
of the Christ.
Yeah. Anyways, he's doing the second one now.
What is the Passion of the Christ?
Complete tangent. It's the story of Jesus dying,
Oh.
but it's ultra realistic. It's ultra historical. It's ultra. He did a really fucking good job.
So how do you make a second one about that?
You mean the resurrection?
I don't know. I assume that they did it in this movie. What, the ending is Jesus dies? Spoiler
Yes.
alert.
Yeah.
And what, Mel Gibson's Jesus?
No, he just directed it
Oh, I was going to
because
say.
nobody else would touch it. So he himself, as a rich actor, funded, produced, and directed it.
Huh.
And he did really fucking well on it. Anyways, either way, real life, complete fucking retard. But again, he's just an actor. He is paid to act, invent, create, and express.
Well,
He's not paid to be a leader.
well, yes. So I bring up
But either way, The Patriot, fucking
I-
phenomenal.
I bring up
amazing
those-
movie. Will be incredible throughout all time.
Well, yes. That's why I recommended it to our viewers. Watch it.
Oh, okay.
Love it.
Okay, yeah.
Now, I bring...
Or hate it because, it perpetuates toxic masculinity. But, if that's you, you probably won't enjoy it. They're white, they're Christian. There were slaves present. Guess what?
No.
Their slaves
in 12
weren't
months,
slaves,
he
they
got
were
his
employees.
free. He got free.
No, that's different. That was somebody else's slave. I'm talking strictly about Mel Gibson's slaves. In that movie, they weren't slaves. They even tell the British Army, "Oh, we're not slaves. We get paid."
We're free men. So, the entire, you play the video game of Assassin's Creed. You go and you watch The Patriot, and there are moments where you start to see logistics.
Okay. Well, if you do the one before the other, your viewpoints are already twisted. If you do the other before the one, you have historical context for the game.
Well, yes. My point is that no matter what you're looking at, the American Revolution, a lot of it was based off of logistics.
Yes.
And the reason why we were able to win our freedom from Britain was because they were fucking that, far ass away.
Well, and because the French Navy came and did a blockade, so we were finally able to starve them out.
That did help.
Your exceptional ability to understate facts never ceases to blow my mind. Yes, that you are right.
Uh-huh.
But you are so basically surface levelly skimming across right. Oh, okay. Keep going. What about the Patriot? What do you want?
I'm just saying.
In Assassin's Creed, what do you want?
The reason why we won the American Revolution, based off of what you brought to the table for this topic, was logistics. We won because our logistics was better than Britain's logistics.
Well, it's really easy to get food to your soldiers when they're right outside your front door, so yes.
Correct.
It's a lot harder when they're, 3,000 miles that way.
Correct. That was the only thing I was bringing to the table.
Okay, sorry. I
This
got
is your
obsessed. I
episode.
got obsessed with the whole Patriot thing. I love the Patriot. Anyways,
It's a good one.
it's delicious. Some would say exquisite. Anyways, movies might teach us that history is decided by courage. Reality tells us that courage starves just like everyone else starves. You can't charge into glory on an empty stomach. I'm sure many a dwarf would agree with me.
What fucking movie are you thinking of that has a dwarf that charges in a battle?
All of them. Think of any piece of visual art that encompasses dwarves and does not encompass copious feasts and excessive alcohol and full bellies. They always have a full stomach.
They're full of vigor in life, and that requires excessive amounts of booze and food, damn it. The fact that you haven't seen Lord of the Rings, yet you know so much about fantasy, upsets the fuck out of me.
Because I study the fucking root causes and the archetypical characters themselves. I don't give a fuck about one person's expression of a mythical beast. I care about the histories and pathology behind the beast's creation.
Who cares? It's Lord of the Rings. Watch it. Stop being a bitch. You're wearing the Ranger's cloak, for fuck's sake.
I'm wearing a Ranger's cloak. I don't know what you mean by the Ranger's cloak. Because the Ranger's cloak, in my opinion, is from the Ranger's Apprentice, which is a whole different series.
I did read that. That was good.
Book series? Yeah. I recently found them all on Audible and re-listened to all of them and the extra books afterwards. Oh, it still works.
I was trying to read... I found them on YouTube for free. And I was trying to read the...
When I was being homeschooled, I found the PDFs for free, so I just was reading them while I was supposed to be doing coursework.
That makes sense. That makes sense. No wonder you're stupid.
It's amazing what happens if you go .pdf.
.pdf.
Yeah, Google anything, and then .pdf at the end of your Google search.
Huh.
It'll only pull up PDFs of whatever you have just searched.
Interesting.
It was, dude, I was determined to do everything but school.
That's why you took so long to pass school. Got it.
Oh, no, I passed at the same time as everyone else.
I just went to a different
Just
school.
the last 3 months was a mad dash to get the last credits that I needed because the academic advisor didn't realize that I had repeated like 4 or 5 classes with how many times I jumped schools. Because every school has their own schedule and their own curriculum. So I took intro to physics like 3 fucking times. But I never took biology. And I never took economics. And I never took like some of these other really super basic courses you're supposed to be taking. Because I bounced around schools so often that I literally would get transferred. And we would be starting the same textbook that I just had at the other school. Anyways. No child left behind my ass.
Thanks, Michelle.
I think it started before her.
It probably did.
She just coined the phrase, and it was more about food than anything.
I'm still salty about my fucking fries.
As the Americans have taught us, armies don't march. Armies feed.
I was really curious.
Soldiers
how
don't
you're gonna
fight
tie that
without
into
supply
fucking
lines.
Fries.
You're welcome. Shall I bring up the fucking ice cream ships of World War II?
Yes, dude, indubitably. Thanks, Michelle.
Most losses aren't battles. They're sickness, exposure, and hunger. Weather and terrain quietly decide the outcomes vastly more, significantly more, than any one military conflict in and of itself, any one battle in itself. It's the logistics. How do you get men, equipment, and supplies from point A to point B faster and more effectively than the other person?
Teleportation?
The most powerful force in history, I would argue, is not in fact violence. It's refrigeration.
Can't you just dig a fucking hole?
Well, you can, but that only gets it down to 46.
Or you can't just march during the winter?
I mean, you can, but then you're vulnerable in the summer.
No, you end the conflict in the 6 months that winter's around.
Look, that only worked for one Roman general who also had elephants, who also decided to use the fucking wine that he had. All because the mountains he was trying to cross happened to be largely made of limestone that they heated with the fires they made and dumped all their supply of wine to fracture and explode the rocks. And he literally just carved a huge fucking path through the mountains instead of going over or around said mountains because they had to attack before the end of winter.
So you mean when the Romans tried to invade India?
I don't know. I'm blanking on the dude's name right now.
I think it's India, and I think it's also Alexander the Great.
I don't think it was Alexander the Great.
I think
Maybe it was. Maybe it was. I don't know. I can't remember right now.
I can put a
Either
phone
way.
call in. I could phone call a history buff.
Either way. Somebody with elephants. That's all I know.
Ah, yes. Dumbo.
So, to the boring stuff that actually changed the world. Calendars.
Yeah.
Expiration dates.
That's a death.
Roads, warehouses, refrigerated trucking units.
Yeah, that's America in a nutshell.
Empires aren't built by generals. They're built by the people
Slave labor.
that create the labels.
Indentured servants.
MREs, baby.
Employees.
So, Nick.
No.
We interrupt this podcast to bring you either a Raccoon Intern broadcast, a liminal space service message, an HR policy memoranda, listener surveillance notices, trash theology sermons, or the ever-present system malfunction emergency alerts. Please stand by. Trash Theology Sermon 3. The bin giveth and the bin taketh away, usually depending on pickup day. I need to address a structural issue within the intern nutritional program. We refined caffeine protocols, we've implemented recovery measures, but one variable remained unstable: baseline nutrition. You can't build sustained performance on coffee and regret alone. You can optimize spikes, you can mitigate crashes, but if the system is depleted, you mistake stimulants for sustenance. Performance wasn't just chaotic, it was inconsistent. That's when we introduced Zevo Life. It's a patented microalgae designed to support steady energy, digestion, and overall vitality, helping your system operate consistently instead of constantly compensating. Packed with essential amino acids, vitamins A, B12, E, and K, antioxidants, minerals, and bioactive compounds, all within a single teaspoon. It's not stimulation, it's foundation. We added it to the intern's daily allocation, and the Intern Nutritional Authority has adopted it into long-term protocols. You get 30% off your entire order when you use code TOPIC at zevo.life. And for transparency's sake, like a raccoon gazing into the future through a rearview mirror, we'll tell you plainly, the show earns a commission when you use code TOPIC. So you're not just upgrading your nutrition, you're reinforcing the structure that carries you through life's impacts. Nick, myself, and the Intern Nutritional Authority thank you for investing in the long game. We interrupt this podcast to bring you either a Raccoon Intern broadcast, a liminal space service message, an HR policy memoranda, listener surveillance notices, trash theology sermons, or the ever-present system malfunction emergency alerts. Please stand by. Trash Theology Sermon 1. In the beginning, the trash was without form and void, but raccoons saw that it could be organized. You like to use the Revolutionary War as an example. Fantastic.
It's a good war.
What would have happened if those ships did have refrigeration?
Okay, look. If they had refrigeration, then they obviously had more technological advancements.
No, I'm just talking about refrigeration.
If they had refrigeration.
No. Even ancient refrigeration. Let's say they had an entire team dedicated to simply harvesting ice from the poles to throw their ice on ships to ship things more effectively and keep things fresh for their soldiers.
You're talking about a ship or at least some...
I'm talking about them dedicating an eighth of their fleet
I hear what
to
you're
ice
saying.
management.
I am literally trying to figure out how the fuck they would do that.
Trying to process. Easy, Eskimos. Continue. Greenland. It's a thing.
They fuck the same sisters.
They already found the Vikings.
Got it. They're Eskimo brothers. Anyway.
God, I hope not.
That would be disturbing. So they're literally taking a compartment.
Only if they're happy about it or proud of it.
I don't think anybody...
Look, we've all done it. But we don't talk about it.
Fuck the same girl?
At the same time?
That's French.
That's Eskimo brothers.
No, Eskimo
you have
brothers...
shared the same igloo.
That's...
You are in the same hole at the same
not at
occupying
the same
spot.
time.
That's not true, Eskimo brothers. That's people trying to claim they're Eskimo brothers.
That's literally the definition of the slang term Eskimo brothers.
It got changed because too many people wanted to be Eskimo brothers that didn't qualify. Just like the Mile High Club.
If I'm a mile up in the air, what's it matter? I'm in a hot air balloon or I'm in a fucking airplane.
Well, both of them would count when you reach a certain elevation.
Well, there you fucking go.
Yeah, but there's people who claim that while they were still on the ground or on layaway, that they had sex, and that counts as Mile High Club because they're technically in an airplane. It's like, no. You got to be in the sky.
What the fuck does layaway have to do with the Mile High Club? Layaway something for, when it's Christmas time and you got to put your shit on layaway.
Call the shit standby. Syntax, my friend.
Okay. So I'm thinking in my
Point
head,
is, they're not in the air.
There's a compartment in this the ship during the exploration age where it is lined to the point where it helps to distribute the temperature outside from getting in.
Do you not know how ancient refrigeration worked? Or not even ancient, just period specific.
No, not the slightest.
Literally just cut big fucking blocks of ice and line your container hold with the blocks of ice, store your shit, seal it with more blocks of ice. Like, they don't need to build a special compartment. The compartment itself was ice.
I feel like it would just melt. I don't know what you want from me.
Look, I know you haven't assumed that the zombie apocalypse and the world is going to end as many times as I have. But basic survival, which includes food storage, which includes ice preservation, which includes... How do you think they got ice out to the fucking Wild West?
I don't.
In the Arizona desert?
I have no idea.
By harvesting gigantic blocks of ice in the winter, storing them in caves or other underground resources that keeps it roughly 40, 30 degrees year-round.
Uh-huh.
And then pulling out massive blocks when needed. Each one of those blocks would take weeks to melt.
Interesting.
Ice retains its temperature really fucking well.
I did not know that.
Because when the outer layer starts to melt, that water, tiny little water layer itself, becomes a vapor barrier and insulates the rest of the ice even better.
That makes sense.
So back in the day, they were literally just like Frozen. The opening scene of Frozen. When they're singing their song and cutting the ice, that's ice makers.
Oh, Let It Go?
You're a fucking cunt.
I know, I just want to piss you off.
You are a massive, raging, hemorrhaged cunt.
This is what I'm here for.
Huh.
Indubitably, you're most welcome. If they spent an eighth of their fucking ship power just for refrigeration...
They could have easily been able to transport enough ice to keep things refrigerated. They simply didn't. So, let's say they did.
What would they have transported? Like what? Because something is going to keep something cold, what are they going to keep cold?
I don't know, Nick. How about all their fucking food?
Okay, you have the weight of
Which
this
means
new
now
food.
you don't have to transport fresh food from the coast to your men on the front lines in under 3 days to keep it fresh, to serve it. Now, your men, instead of only being able to be 3 days away from the supply ships, can be weeks away from the supply ships. And it'll still arrive fresh.
But I'm already thinking about it. That ice, the amount of ice you're going to need already sounds like it's going to weigh down the ship. And the fact that you need to now...
Ice floats, my friend.
Yeah, ice floats, but it's
less
still
dense than water.
Doesn't matter. It's on the
It
ship.
does when you're talking about buoyancy.
It's on the ship. It's extra weight.
Oh my god. Okay, either way. Okay, moving on. Clearly this question is not working against you. Your stupidity has defeated the point.
No, it sounds like I'm right.
Heroes came after the infrastructure. We name wars after people, but people only matter once systems were already in place to feed them or supply them with the weapons that they so desperately needed.
Okay.
Modern life still runs on logistics. Have you heard of some little-known companies such as Amazon,
No.
Walmart,
Nope.
Costco,
Never heard of them.
Sam's Club,
Couldn't tell you.
Target?
The what?
Sorry, common people speak. Target.
Oh, the thing that I shoot my arrow through.
We had a fantastic little snowstorm hit a good portion of the continental U.S. recently.
Yeah, the one.
Guess
I was
what
telling
happened?
about?
Every single shipping company ever issued massive national delay alerts. USPS and FedEx sent out massive national service interruption reports and warnings. Our entire modern system that cannot survive more than 3 days without logistics froze for 2 days.
And now they've got to work overtime to cover up those two days. Yeah.
So, Nick,
No.
have we become too reliant upon logistics?
I think the expectation of how fast something gets to us has made us a culture that takes for granted how things used to be. And the fact that everybody wants results now and then instead doesn't realize the amount of work it takes to actually go and do something makes a disproportionate amount of time utilization on both of those aspects.
Mm-hmm.
So when you sit there and you're like, oh, I want XYZ goal to happen now, and your Amazon fucking package comes in less than 12 hours since you order it, it makes it really hard and creates this disproportional gap in between your essence of time inside of your head. And so, in a sense and in nature, you really have to regulate what it takes to do something. And like you said, logistics, it does take that time to go from A to B to C. You can't just go from A to C.
So would you venture to say that civilization isn't held together by values? It's held together by deliveries?
I know what you're trying to do, and I hate it. Only because I do it. And you say the exact same lines I'm saying.
What do you mean? Whatever could you possibly
Go
be
fuck
insinuating?
yourself. But I think that the values are what were installed in making the logistics faster.
Mm.
It's the conception of time manipulation that truly fucks with everybody. And God, is it annoying. It's like, why don't I have my Walmart groceries after I just spent 10 minutes putting it on the app? It's like, woman, calm down.
Well, most people don't really panic because they're, weak or stupid. They panic because they forgot how to be independent. So you're not too wrong.
Well, yes, I'm usually never wrong. I'm usually always right.
Fair. So,
And this is my podcast. Of course
how
I'm
would
right.
you react to a statement such as, you don't conquer a people, you outlast their supply chain?
I think that's taken more in the sense of wartime. You have to do more of a siege kind of mentality.
Is it only war?
We interrupt this podcast to bring you either a Raccoon Intern broadcast, a liminal space service message, an HR policy memoranda, listener surveillance notices, trash theology sermons, or the ever-present system malfunction emergency alerts. Please stand by. Trash Theology Sermon 2. Verily I say unto thee, one's worth is not in what they throw away, but what they are willing to dive back in for. I need to address an issue regarding the unpaid interns. While overall productivity has improved, there's a recurring decline following what they described as after-hours research. Translation, excess beverages were consumed. The next morning metrics were predictable. Cognitive clarity, compromised. Regret index, elevated. Sunlight compatibility, low. That's when we implemented liqueur gummies. They're formulated with DHM, which helps your body process alcohol, along with milk thistle, B vitamins, electrolytes, and ginger root to support recovery and hydration. You enjoy your evening, you support recovery. You wake up to regret your decisions with a clear head and a settled stomach. You can get 20% off your entire order when you use code TOPIC at liqueur.com. And for transparency's sake, like a raccoon peering through a kaleidoscope attempting to intuit your future by reading tea leaves, we'll warn you. The show earns a commission when you use code TOPIC. So you're not just protecting tomorrow, you're supporting the continued operational stability of the interns. Nick, myself, and the Intern Nutritional Authority thank you for your patronage. I need to give a brief update regarding the unpaid interns. For last fiscal quarter, their caffeine habits were entirely self-funded through dumpster-based nutrition and used coffee grounds rescued from the trash compactor behind the local prison. As you can imagine, results were inconsistent. Archival accuracy, unstable. Claw precision, questionable. Midday existential collapse, guaranteed. It was a difficult quarter. But that ends today. We've transitioned the entire intern program to Strong Coffee Company. Their black blend has 15 grams of protein, 5 grams of MCTs, and adaptogens like ashwagandha and L-theanine. So instead of spike and crash routines, it's a sustained focus. The results speak for themselves. If you're going to drink coffee anyway, it might as well pull its weight. You can get 20% off your entire order when you use code TOPIC at strongcoffeecompany.com. And for transparency's sake, like a raccoon peering through a mason jar instead of a magnifying glass while searching for mythic relics buried in a landfill, we'll tell you plainly. The show earns a commission when you use code TOPIC. So if you grab some, you're not just upgrading your coffee. You're funding structured nutrition for the interns. Nick, myself, and the Intern Nutritional Authority thank you for your service. We interrupt this podcast to bring you either a Raccoon Intern broadcast, a liminal space service message, an HR policy memoranda, listener surveillance notices, trash theology sermons, or the ever-present system malfunction emergency alerts. Please stand by. Trash Theology Sermon 4. Remember, cleanliness is next to loneliness. Seek the comfort of clutter.
I hate
Or does
you
it also
right now
apply
with those shady
to
ass
replacements?
glasses you're wearing.
Well, my eyes hurt and this room's bright.
Well, then get better eyes, nerd.
I would love to.
But that's
But all these nights of working nights, my eyes have A, forgot to blink as often as they need to, and B, don't really adjust to bright light very well.
why'd you do that in the first place?
Because I worked nights for so many years.
Well, it sounds like a personal problem.
It is. That's why I have personally chosen to wear these glasses inside right now.
I see that.
Yeah. So, again,
I
Nick,
think-
how would you respond to a statement such as,
You just have.
you don't conquer a people,
I was getting
you
there.
outlast their supply chain?
You just repeated it twice. It's like the Iliad and the Odyssey, right? The entire story behind how the Greeks and they just fought amongst themselves, and you've got Helena of Troy, you got Odysseus, you've got Achilles, and for 10 years they set siege. No, it was actually 20, I think. It was like 20 years they set siege to the great city of Troy.
Mm-hmm.
And you sit there and you're like, that has to be an exaggeration. Well, I mean,
Except it wasn't.
I don't know that. There's no way that you could know that.
I do know that.
How do you know that?
We have interns.
Yes, you do.
They found out for us.
Good for them. And so it's just, you have to outlast them, but to a certain extent, it just doesn't work, because if you have stockpiled so much food and so much entertainment, and honestly, you could fuck for 20 years and move on, I guess, in the city of Troy.
Mm-hmm.
So they only lost because of some stupid fucking horse.
I mean, the horse was pretty smart from what I heard.
Was it?
The guys who let it in are pretty fucking stupid.
Yes, they are.
Hmm.
So, yeah, I guess you could outlast them, but that's more of a misnomer, because nowadays most houses have freezers. They have all the technologies that you were describing. Like, hey, what if during the American Revolutionary War they had refrigeration? Well, it's like, well, yeah.
Well, they had refrigeration, but what if the British actually used it?
That's a good question.
Again, our supply lines weren't really ever cut and weren't really severed because our supply lines were already in our own
I
backyards.
don't think they were ever built.
But that's my point. We were fighting in our own yards. So we didn't really need logistics to the same extent that the British Army needed.
And we weren't as big. Like, think about that.
Well, that's kind of irrelevant.
No,
That we
because
weren't as big.
Size does matter.
No, that only because it means you need to be better at logistics.
Yes.
So again, the statement I was saying is we're fighting in our own backyards. Logistics wasn't that important to us. Logistics was maybe a day away. So what if the British
We're coming?
directly inserted into your rectum? Yes.
I don't believe that's where I was going with that. More of the age-old expression from Paul Revere.
Ding, ding, ding. The British are coming. The British are coming.
Well, yes, that was the
Ding,
joke.
ding, ding. They're coming.
And now you've
Ding,
ruined
ding,
it.
ding. The British are coming. They're coming. They're coming. Ding, ding, ding. They're coming.
I knew you're a faggot, but keep that hidden to yourself. I don't want to hear about it.
Wow. Ding-a-ling, ching, ching, ping, ping, motherfucker. I don't know what you want from me.
That's a call out to our
So,
episode on China and shit.
oh, I was just being racist.
Oh, well, I was trying to cover for
Yeah.
you, but whatever.
How much time did the intern say is left in this episode?
Give or take about 10 minutes.
Okay, I won't go on that tangent then. Never mind.
I do want to know the tangent.
No. It's fine. It's okay. It's not that important. We don't like. What?
We don't like what?
Why did you start laughing when I said we don't like?
I don't know. It's just funny.
That we don't like something?
Apparently.
Okay, fine. I won't use that line. Turns out history isn't written by the victors. It's written by whoever kept the lights on.
Thomas
If you ever
Edison?
want to know how stable a society is,
Ben Franklin.
don't listen to its leaders. Watch its truckers.
It's truckers.
Yeah.
They didn't have truckers back then.
And with that, folks, Nick has officially ruined whatever finishing line I was trying to come up with. Enjoy today, enjoy tomorrow, because logistically, we just might not be here.
Welcome to Some Topic, the podcast where two dangerously underqualified individuals tackle an ever-changing buffet of subjects we have no business discussing. From global politics to ghost squirrels, nothing is off limits, and nothing is properly researched. We are your hosts, two voices with microphones, a Wi-Fi connection, and just enough confidence to sound like we know what we're talking about. Spoiler, we don't. But that's never stopped anyone with a podcast before, and we refuse to be the first. Every week, we plunge headfirst into topics both serious and stupid, usually at the same time, armed only with sarcasm, caffeine, and a dangerous overestimation of our own coherence. Whether it's philosophy, politics, pop culture, or paranormal rodents, we approach each subject like two raccoons who broke into the Library of Alexandria, knocked over a torch, and now insist the fire was enlightenment. Our findings? Improvised. Our sources? Suspect. Our method? Whatever we yanked from our asses while marching proudly up the hill of stupidity, ready to fall honorably in the fog of ego, ontological confusion, and the blood-slick ruins of abandoned discourse. It's too late to turn back now. Your descent has begun. And we, your casually deranged hosts, will guide you in style straight through the crumbling ruins of reason. Listener discretion is enthusiastically advised. This podcast contains strong language, stronger delusions, and a persistent disregard for intellectual safety. If you're easily offended, chronically literal, or spiritually fragile, please relax your chakras, unclench whatever needs unclenching, and consider yelling at a tree instead. This is not journalism. This is not education. This is comedy. This is play. This is some topic.